Well, it's February, and a lot has happened since our last Google Assistant feature update video. Google has released quite a few new features for Google Assistant devices, so let's dive right in. And a word of warning, if you live outside of the United States or you live in the US but you don't use the US English version of the Google Assistant, some of the features demoed in this video may not have rolled out to you just yet. First up, let's talk video calling. You can now make video calls on the Google Nest Hub Max by using either Google Meet or Zoom. Before using Zoom, you'll need to link your Zoom account in the Google Home app. To do that, open the Google Home app, tap Settings, Voice and Video Calls, Video and Voice Apps, and then tap Zoom to create or link to an existing Zoom account. To start a call with either Google Meet or Zoom, tap your Nest Hub Max and navigate over to the Communicate tab and tap to start a meeting. When you start a Google Meet meeting, you can start a new meeting, join a meeting with a meeting ID, or join a meeting on your calendar. The same goes for Zoom as well. So now keeping up with your friends and family can be even easier with your Nest Hub Max. Next up is a feature that's been a long time coming for Google Assistant displays and is now finally out. Family Notes. Family Notes create digital notes you'll see on all of the displays in your home. You can create one by asking Google to create a family note. Here's an example. Create a family note.
What do you want it to say?
Don't forget to wax the sleds.
Sure, your family note's been created.
If you have more than one family note, they'll stack on top of each other in the display's UI. Tap a family note to see a grid view that will display all of your family notes, and tap on a specific note in order to delete it. You can also navigate to a new family tab on a Google Assistant display to see all of your family's notes as well as timers. Sticking with Google Assistant displays for a second, did you know that you can set a timer on an Assistant display and then it'll proceed to play ridiculous animal noises? Well, it can. Here's an example. Set a chicken timer for 10 minutes.
Sure, a 10-minute timer called chicken. And we're starting now. Your chicken timer is up.
Next up, let's talk about routines on Android devices. When you open a routine in the Google Home app, you'll now see a pop-up asking if you want to add this routine to your home screen. After the pop-up goes away, or if you don't see one, you should also see a new icon that appears up at the top that allows you to push the routine to an icon on your Android home screen, making it more convenient to run. Next up, for owners of smart lights, Google has added a new feature to control smart lighting with the Google Assistant. You can now tell the Google Assistant to turn on or off the lights at a specified time. So, for example, you can tell the Google Assistant to turn off the lights in 5 minutes, turn off the lights at midnight, or turn off a specific group of lights at a specified time, and you can even ask the Google Assistant to turn on or off the lights at sunrise and sunset. Turn on the humidifier for 10 minutes.
Alright, I'll turn on Josh's humidifier for 10 minutes.
Setting up routines is still the best way to turn on and off your lights at specified times during the week, and if you're interested in learning more about that, make sure you check out the Google Assistant Routines video we did, which I'll link here in this video and in the video description below. Speaking of routines, Google has updated the ability for you to be able to start them at sunrise and sunset when you create them. To see this in action, let's go into the Google Home app, then tap Routines, and then the plus button to create a new routine. When you tap Add Starter, you'll now see the option for sunrise and sunset, which is pretty useful. If you go into an existing routine that you've set up, you might not see the option for sunrise and sunset and might have to redo an existing routine you'd like to trigger at sunrise/sunset. Moving on, one thing we've all probably experienced at one point or another, though probably not during the pandemic, is when you have people over and you have a home with a lot of Google Assistant devices, sometimes people tend to ask the Google Assistant devices really dumb questions, or they try to ask what's on your calendar, or what are your reminders, just prying into some of your personal details. And before, the Google Assistant, one, would give them that information, like for your calendar, for example, or two, all of those queries would be tied into your personal Google account. Well, not anymore with the new Google Assistant feature, Guest Mode. Guest mode blocks assistant interactions from being tied to your personal account, and people won't be able to see things on your calendar, etc. But your guests will still be able to control your smart home devices, play music and media, as well as do things like set timers. To turn on guest mode, you just have to tell the Google Assistant to turn on guest mode. Turn on guest mode.
Guest mode's on.
When you turn it on, you'll see that Google will put an icon on the screen and will play a sound after a query letting you know that guest mode is on. To turn off guest mode, just ask the Google Assistant to turn it off. Alright, a few more things about guest mode. Depending on the music service you use with guest mode, those music queries that people are asking the Google Assistant for could still be tied to your personal account through that music service. Also, audio recordings are not saved on any Google Assistant device when guest mode is enabled, regardless of the fact if you have given Google permission to save audio recordings with personalized results. Alright, now let's move on to a few more quick updates. Google's made it easy to identify smart home products that will be easy to set up with the Google Assistant with a new seamless setup badge. So make sure to look out for it when buying smart home devices, and if you want to learn more about starting or expanding your smart home, make sure to check out our new video on smart homes, which I've linked here in this video and in the video description below. Lastly, Google has made a nice settings UI change in the Google Home app when looking at settings for Google Assistant devices. When you click into the settings of a Google device like a Nest Hub Max in the Google Home app, you'll now notice that the settings are divided into categories, and from there you have access to specific settings. So while it's technically one more tap to get to a setting, streamlining the settings page definitely makes it quicker to find the area of settings you're looking for. Alright, well, I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and if you did and liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button below and subscribe to the channel to see more Google Assistant feature update videos like this one. We also just do a lot of Google product videos in general on this channel, so if you're interested in that, we've actually put together a Google product playlist, so make sure you check that out. Well, that's going to do it for me. For 6 months later, I'm Josh Tedder. Thanks for watching.